because I still wanted to talk to you about what I was trying to talk to you about yesterday with the police officers.
Oh, real quick. See if you can do your point. Yeah.
Okay. Now, rest in peace to those 4 officers that died was that North Carolina? Was that Charlotte, North Carolina?
I think so. I forget. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, rest in peace to them or whatnot. But you play stupid games, you get stupid surprises or whatnot, and they shouldn't have been going over there messing with that dude about no weapons. It don't say in the Constitution. If you follow the Constitution, you wouldn't be going on no dummy missions for for the government or the police going to try and take anybody's guns or whatnot, whether he's mentally unstable, whether he's a felon, whether he likes to whatever you would think that he shouldn't have no gun for. Everybody should have a gun, and it's up to the citizens or whatnot to take care of that situation if it is a problem where he's out here, he's a crazy, deranged lunatic, and he don't need it ain't up to the state or whatnot to do that. The second thing is...
Okay, so let me address that, though, first. Okay, so you're referencing these 4 cops who got killed by this guy who they were serving a warrant, and he had, like, a weapons charge. And Art and I both disagree with the notion of people not being allowed to carry guns. If you shouldn't have a gun, then you shouldn't... maybe you shouldn't be free walking the streets. You should be in jail or something. I'm with you on that, but that's not really the cops' fault, because the cops would have to quit their jobs if they're not going to enforce this unconstitutional law. They have to enforce the unconstitutional laws.
Well, being a cop ain't the only job on this earth. And if
I know, but to me, I don't know if you can blame the cops for that. You can, because the cops... Because that's not, that's you blame the people who are making these laws, because the cops don't make the laws.
Well, how do you say that? How you say that about blacks then? I can be black and be like, well, it's the white man's fault he did this and white. No, at some point, you as an individual got to take accountability for what you do.
I know, but this is one of those, you're going kind of extreme. In my opinion, you're going extreme with cops shouldn't enforce weapons possession laws, because weapons possession laws have been around forever. Blacks know, that black who shot those cops, he knew that he was violating the law. He doesn't care about any constitution. And so they're both lawbreakers at that point, I guess, but the cops are not the ones responsible for refusing to violate that law. Maybe a sheriff should, but you can't blame those individual cops necessarily. I mean, unless you talked to them and got their reasoning, but a lot of them, they're just doing their jobs. I get that if you say, oh, I would be with you if you were to say, oh, these cops are violating mask mandates or enforcing mask mandates. I'm with you on that, because mask mandates have not been established law for decades. Constitution or not.
What law are you talking about that says that he can't have no weapon?
I don't know, but it's been a law. We all know that there's laws against people having weapons.
It ain't no law. You don't know because there ain't one. The Constitution
I don't know,
says what it
I know
says.
that the Constitution says, but they've been making these laws, constitutional or not, that felons can't have guns or whatever.
You listen to what I'm saying. You clearly don't understand. Those laws they're making now don't over-trump with the Founding Fathers in that the original documents it started out in states it's saying.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you on that, but that has been the case for decades, that you're not allowed to have weapons, right? Felons or whatever, not allowed to have weapons.
It could be. It don't mean it is right.
I know. I agree with you. It's not right, but they've been that way forever, and to me, it's unfair to blame those cops for enforcing that law, because the cops' jobs are to enforce the law.
No choice. It's not their fault because they didn't have a choice whether they picked the job to be a cop.
Right.
No, that's BS.
No, I think you're BSing because you're going too extreme with this freedom stuff.
It ain't no extreme. So are you a constitutional conservative, or do you follow the Constitution? Are you a conservative where you follow? Where are you at? Because conservative.
I'm more practical. The practical reality is you're gonna get. You have to live in reality, man. Just because the Constitution says.
Do you believe in the Constitution? Hey, that's
somewhat,
what I'm asking.
yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. We ain't gonna agree. I'm straight out for the Constitution. You in the middle.
But you have to know that guy got killed too, right? Did he get killed?
Yeah, he got killed.
So do you blame the cops for him getting killed, or do you blame him for getting killed?
You said, do I blame the cops for him getting killed?
Or him for him getting killed?
I blame the cops because the whole situation that never happened.
No, man, you have to blame him because he's a criminal. He had no right or wrong. You don't have a right to shoot the cops just for them violating your rights. Just because they're wrong for taking your gun doesn't mean you get to shoot them.
You can't violate, and you might have a
this
point,
guy. I can almost guarantee you, Art, that this man did not believe in the Constitution. This man whom they were arrested.
It don't matter whether he believe in it or
so
not.
That's not
he might not know about the Fifth Amendment. It don't mean it don't apply to him.
He knows he shouldn't have the gun. But according to the law of the land,
he might not believe or know about the Fifth Amendment.
So you're saying that you can?
Don't apply to him.
So do you think you can murder somebody just because they're trying to take your gun away from you? These cops?
Ain't that the same thing that happened with Jack Bauer Rittenhouse? So see, this is my thing with
you. The Rittenhouse was not. It was not
it's
cops.
The same difference.
No,
it's the same
Rittenhouse. Hey, Art.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
No, hold on, Art. Rittenhouse surrendered to the cops.
Sir.
Yeah.
You ain't listening. I said that's the same thing that happened with him. People were trying to take his gun and he killed people.
Yeah, but it wasn't cops trying to take their gun.
I'm saying you saying what you just said is that you believe that just because the cops try to take his gun or whatnot. What I'm saying, if anybody tries, it don't matter whether you a cop, a baby, or it don't matter if you a kid. That's what I'm saying.
I disavow that. I disavow that, Art, because you're being unreasonable. You well know that the law of the land is against the Constitution. You don't have a Constitution. And so nobody is going to be on your side.
When was the Constitution suspended then if we don't have no Constitution?
Around the Civil War, maybe?
And this is a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. You don't have your rights. So you might as well live in reality knowing that you don't have your rights and obey the law of the land, even if it is against what the Constitution says. That way you live another day, and those cops live another day, and you can hash it out hopefully in a peaceful, normal way. Because that man's fault that that man died.
Well, it's the cops' fault that they died. And I also would
I follow what you're saying. I follow what you're saying, but I disagree with that. But I follow what you're saying. I can respect it somewhat, but you're going extreme. You're one of those sovereign citizens people. You're one of those sovereign citizens people who's going to get himself. Well, you're not going to get yourself, but you're justifying this man cop killing over.
Come on, sovereign citizens. Sovereign citizens don't believe in the Constitution. I follow the Constitution.
Same
strictly.
thing. That's what I mean. Whatever. Yeah.
One is the whole opposite. Sovereign citizens don't believe in the American Constitution.
Oh, okay. You're one of those Constitution people who is going to violate all the gun laws, and all that stuff because they're unconstitutional, right? But there's a right and wrong. There's a right and wrong way to stand up for the Constitution.
I'm not. You hold on. You just said the Constitution was suspended. Which one is it?
It is suspended.
So what are you saying? And you just sit here saying you're standing up for the Constitution or whatnot, and the Constitution. Well, hold up. Well, which one is you saying it's suspended? But then you talking in terms like it ain't suspended. And
it is suspended. It's gone. You don't have your Constitution.
So if the Constitution is gone, then then allegedly, as you saying that it is, then the Second Amendment Second Amendment. So
you don't have your Second Amendment.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
All right.
If the Constitution was gone, the Second Amendment was gone, then they would just be, instead of them sitting here talking about it, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden talking about taking guns, they wouldn't be talking about it. They would just be going and taking guns. So that proves that what you're saying that can't be true.
Yeah, of course it's true. They've been chipping away at it in bit by bit.
Why would they be chipping away at something that don't even exist? If the Constitution don't exist, it ain't no reason.
Because everybody has to pretend that it still exists. But it's gone. Once the first anti-gun law came into existence, the Constitution is gone. Once the first hate crime law or anti-discrimination law came into existence, the Constitution was gone.
No, the Constitution.
They can pretend, we respect the First Amendment, but no, they don't.
No, you pretend.
No, you pretend. You're pretending that it exists when...
It do exist. No, it do exist. You're trying to play into their game talking about it don't exist because it was tampered with or whatnot.
Yeah.
No, they're tampering with it, trying to make it seem like it don't, but just like you trying to say, and it does exist. It ain't that it don't.
You know why I know that you're crazy? Because you're pretending like this guy was justified for killing those cops. That's crazy.
If you breaking the rules and the laws that you set in turn or whatnot,
yeah,
that a person can't protect themselves or whatnot and that's besides the point. Whatever you think, that's your opinion. But I'm not gonna let
what's my
nobody,
opinion?
Whether that's your opinion.
What is?
You think that I might be crazy because I think that they brought that on there. That's your opinion. The fact is.
No, I didn't say that they brought that on themselves. I said you're crazy because you justified that guy killing those cops.
Justification meaning they brought that on them.
No, justification meaning that he was right to kill them.
You saying I don't think I ever.
You think that man was right to kill them?
I don't think I never said it, but whether the point is,
was he right or wrong to kill them?
He got what he deserved and they got what they deserved.
No. Was he right or wrong to kill them?
He did what he needed. He was right. He was right.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
They rightfully got killed. They all participated.
I totally respect you, Art, but that's a crazy take. That's insane.
So you mean to tell me you think just because they passed one law saying that you talk and this is another part. This is how you know you crazy because you talking about somebody passing state laws and you trying to make it seem like state law over Trump federal, meaning the Constitution. When we know that ain't even true. So how can my constitutional rights be gone because state law don't over Trump federal law?
Your constitutional rights are gone because they've been enforcing weapons laws since before.
State law.
Hold on, they've been enforcing anti-weapons laws since before you were born. So you don't have constitution.
Law. State law doesn't over Trump federal law.
You can claim that in court, but in reality, somebody's going to get killed, or you're going to get thrown in jail, or somebody's going to get thrown in jail, and it's been happening forever.
But you said the Constitution was done away with, though.
Which one is it? It is.
It ain't done. No, it ain't done away with, and that's how you trying to be misleading this.
I'm not misleading. I'm warning people that in reality, you're going to face the hard hand of the unjust law. So you might as well fall in line the best, and be wise about it rather than be insane about it, because you're being insane about it, and that's not good.
So we should just go ahead and fall in line and let everybody and their mama come across the border and keep robbing American citizens. Then in your sense and how you talking?
No, that's crazy. That you're not even listening to me.
What are you?
I'm saying be wise. You're not being wise.
You just sitting here. Would you just repeat yourself, please, again, if you don't mind?
Be wise. You're not being wise.
Oh, I got that part.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
And so since you know that the law of the land is against you, it's against whites, it's against blacks. It's the law of the land, whether you like it or not. You go to court, you're not going to win your argument in court. The courts are against you. So that's the law.
Well,
that's the law effectively.
That's because independents like you, independents and liberals like you, y'all trying to make it seem like
I'm not the judge. I'm not the judge that you're going to talk to. Let's say you get caught with a gun. You're supposedly not supposed to have a gun. I'm not the judge. If I were the judge, I'd be like, you know what? You're right, Art. You should have your gun and you have your Second Amendment. I would let you off, but the whole rest of the people, the whole rest of the judges are not going to accept that argument. So I'm living in reality, and you're living in this, oh, I got my Constitution, and everybody knows that you don't really have your Constitution.
No, bro. No.
Yeah, man.
You know, you beating around the bush, and instead of you just saying what I just said as far as with the state laws or whatnot.
I don't know, or I have no idea what state or federal laws exist. I just know that you don't have your rights, and I don't have my rights. And so you may as well recognize that and be wise rather than be foolish and kill people and get killed. And pretend like it's only the cops' fault.
Well, I mean, it is.
You can live like that, but that's insane.
That ain't how I'm living. I mean, I know the Constitution.
Good. I'm glad that you're not living that way, because that would be unwise. Anyway, what was the second point that you wanted to make about that, real quick?
But just like I was saying, even with that,
yeah,
they can't even. You mean tell me these people are trying to go house to house to try to take people's guns away or whatnot, and people actually think that cops actually think that it makes sense or whatnot, when the fact that you don't got 4 people and 4 of these officers killed or whatnot, they can't even keep drugs from coming across the border.
Yeah, I know. It's a mess.
Immigration. They can't even allegedly stop the border from being flooded over. So you mean to tell me that you think that cops is going to be able to go to house to eliminate guns out of the houses? So that lets you know.
I would hope not. I would hope not. But that's that type of thing. They're gonna find a way to take away most of the guns. Nah,
I know they ain't. And if they are trying to take away guns, it's the only people they trying to take the guns away from is the black people.
The criminals. They're going to go after the most vulnerable people first, of course. The people who've set up their lives to be blamed. That's why you should that's why what I talked about at the beginning of the show is you want to live a quiet life where you get along with everybody as far as you can tell. You follow the law as far as it depends on you, and protect yourself from scrutiny and violating of rights.
So basically, do what you do, and just think that just because state law changed or whatnot, that the Constitution don't apply to you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You sound like you're bitter. You sound like you're still bitter that that black guy got himself killed and he killed those 4 cops, and you want to blame the cops for it. You sound like you're stuck on that old argument.
Hey, you making it seem like I'm standing up for the black dude. I ain't standing up. I'm standing up for the law-abiding citizens or whatnot.
But that man was not a law-abiding citizen.
It don't matter. One all it takes is one person that it happens to, and then it's going to end up violating everybody else.
Are you pretending that this is the first person that's happened to?
I ain't pretending nothing. You assume that. I never said that.
Well, what do you mean? It's been happening for decades, since before you or I were born. They've been taking away the guns from the criminals. They've been violating the criminals' rights to. They've been violating the criminals' rights to bear arms since forever. For as far as I know that in the olden days, Asmodor has said that when people got out of prison, they got a horse and a gun and like $100 or something like that, and they were able to protect themselves. They got their Second Amendment back. But nowadays they don't do that anymore, because we have liberals running society, and you may as well recognize that liberals are in charge of society. You're not going to get your safe day in court. You're not going to get justice.
I get what you saying it, but you're not explaining it to me. I'm already knowing what you're saying, so you explain it to them. But I'm with you though.
Okay.
Okay, even with that. So when did you think that they started doing that? As far as when they started state laws started violating the rights? What, about the 1980s, right?
I would say probably before that, because I want to say that Reagan did some anti-Second Amendment stuff right after he got shot, but I think that they were violating the Second Amendment before that. It feels like they were.
Nah, I don't think that, because
it might have been though, because they like to exploit when crime goes out of control. They like to let crime go out of control. They like to let the illegals in. They like to let people live very poorly, and we had the crack epidemic, and there was a lot of murders during the crack epidemic, and they might have used that to start to violate people's Second Amendment. They liked the mafia and other groups that were doing organized crime. They had guns, and so they might have used those people to violate the rights of us, you and I, like us normal people. But they like to go after. I'm telling you, the vulnerable get caught up first. You don't want to be vulnerable.
So why did you assume and think that I think that the black guy is I'm basically supporting him for what he did, right? What makes you think that?
Because sometimes you are kind of on the side of the black stuff. For example, you don't believe in the right to the N-word.
I clearly said that I'm for the Constitution,
nice.
And that's just conservative as belief. That ain't got nothing to do with me supporting the black guy.
I could definitely be wrong. I'm not really holding like a judgment against you on that. So pardon me if I'm mistaken on that.
Well, no,
because it doesn't matter.
It do, because that ain't what the whole point of me bringing that up. I brought it up for the simple fact that it's a chip at them trying to violate the people that.
Yeah, it's one chip of many. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And when I presented that story, did I not say that they violate the rights of the felons? I said they violate the Second Amendment rights of these felons. If he's not, like I said at the beginning of our conversation today, if he's not to be trusted with a gun, he's not to be trusted free. He should be in the slammer and working on something for us. So.
Yep.
Great talking with you, Art, man. Appreciate you.
I'll catch you later.
Great conversation.
Sir, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Yes, sir, and I'll catch you later. We rolling with Trump, and I'm about to go twist me up one of these swishers of the sweets with some of that green veggies.
Whoa, I disavow.
All right, man.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, man.